rover sent to the far side of the moon by China has driven 163 meters (534 feet) after spending 10 weeks on the mysterious land. Jade Rabbit-2 has also studied a big rock as well as its own tracks.The rover, known as Yudu-2 in Chinese, has worked on the moon for 3 lunar days, each of which is equivalent to 14 days on Earth. It spent the past 2 lunar nights hibernating.It is expected to work longer than its 3-month design life as it prepares to embrace the freezing and lengthy lunar night for the 3rd time today. Jade Rabbit-2 is the rover of Chinese lunar explorer Chang'e 4, which is the first ever spacecraft to touch down on the dark side of the moon on human history. The Chang'e 4 probe, named after the moon goddess in Chinese mythology, landed inside the von Karman crater at the lunar South Pole on January 4. It was launched last December from the southwestern Xichang Center. Since then, both Chang'e 4 and Jade Rabbit-2 have been updating their activities on their official accounts on Weibo, the Chinese equivalent to Twitter. In a latest post from today, Jade Rabbit-2 reported its work progresses during the past lunar day, which began on March 1 on Earth. I drove about 43 meters, 141 feet, recorded the data of the tracks, and carried out close-up research on a rock about 20 centimeters, 87 inches wide on the moon, the post reads. It also said that it had already exceeded its designed working hours and felt proud about it. From now on, I will also listen to my master at Chinese lunar exploration program, protect my wheels, and carry on walking, the post adds. Jade Rabbit-2 is designed to move as quickly as 200 meters per hour, or 5.55 centimeters per second. But out of safety concerns, it has been operating at a speed of 2 centimeters per second. The Chang'e 4 lander, on the other hand, said through its account that the rocks and tracks on the back of the moon could hold the key to cosmic secrets. It said Jade Rabbit-2 studied the big rock from 1.2 meters, 3.9 feet, away using an infrared imaging spectrometer. There are too many unknowns and secrets here. We want to know how the rocks around our feet formed and whether or not they are meteorites falling from the sky, a post from Chang'e 4 on March 6 reads. The thin layer of dust uncovered by the tracks could contain billion-year-old stories of how the moon has evolved. Chang'e 4 and Jade Rabbit-4 have started to hibernate for the 3rd lunar night. China's National Space Administration (CNSA) is expecting Jade Rabbit-4 to continue to work afterwards and collect more data. China's space agency previously said the current mission lifted the mysterious veil from the far side of the moon, which is never seen from Earth, and opened a new chapter in human lunar exploration. Because the spacecraft is solar-powered, it has to switch off during a lunar night on the moon, during which there will be no sunlight. The temperature on a lunar night is about 180 degrees centigrade, 292 degrees Fahrenheit, and can get hot during the day, where insulating components like the gold-colored layers outside the lander and rover keep them cool. There are variable heat conduction pipes, controllable two-phase electric fluidic circuits, etc., and they can control the probe's temperature to under 55 degrees Celsius. Results of the experiments conducted by the Chang'e 4 could lead to new understandings of the challenges faced by settlers who may one day colonize our natural satellite. It's a small step for the rover, but one giant leap for the Chinese nation, Wu Weiren, the chief designer of the Lunar Exploration Project, told state broadcaster CCTV. This giant leap is a decisive move for our exploration of space and the conquering of the universe. The rover is equipped with a variety of scientific instruments to help it analyze the surface of the moon, including a panoramic and infrared camera, ground-penetrating radar and a low-frequency radio spectrometer. Professor Ian Crawford from the Department of Earth and Planetary Sciences at Birkbeck College London explained during a previous interview how Jade Rabbit-2 would function during the lunar days and nights. While operational, it will rove around studying the composition of rocks and the subsurface using its ground-penetrating radar. It will just be left on the moon once it ceases to function, unless one day it is collected and brought back to a museum. The rover will use its panoramic camera to identify interesting locations, and its visible and near-infrared imaging spectrometer will help analyze minerals in the crater. This includes what scientists call ejector rocks that have churned up from deep to the surface from impacts. Meteors.It's Lunar Penetrating Radar (LPR) instrument will take a look down into the depths of the moon with a maximum vertical distance of approximately 300 feet, 100 meters. China has officially named the landing site on the Chang'e 4 Station Tian, or the Milky Way base.The name, along with others for 3 craters and a peak nearby, were agreed by the China National Space Administration, Chinese Academy of Sciences and the International Astronomical Union. Naming landing locations on planets is common practice, led by the United States and the former Soviet Union on their lunar explorations. The Chinese names allude to ancient folklore, with the term Tian meaning Milky Way, its literal translation being Sky River in Mandarin. The Latin Statio, which means base, is also part of the landing site name. 3 craters close to landing site were also named Xinu, Weaver Girl, Hegu, River Drum, and Tianjin, after 3 constellations of ancient Chinese astrology. The names all allude to an ancient folklore tale about the weaver girl and her banished lover, a cowherder boy. They are separated by the Milky Way and can only meet once a year on a bridge formed by magpies, known as Quiqiao, the name given to China's relay satellite on the dark side of the moon. This special day, Qixi, falls on the 7th day of the 7th month of the lunar calendar each year, often referred to as Chinese Valentine's Day. China has claimed it wants to be the first country to establish a base on the moon and says it will build it using 3D printing technology. Officials from the Chinese Space Agency also said the country will return to the moon by the end of the year with the Chang'e 5 mission.